Shout out to our sponsor, Movement Watches.
Get multiple watches in one with bands you can switch out for a whole new look, because who needs to buy a whole new watch for every occasion?
When you can just have like one watch for all of them. Get 50% off your entire purchase at mvmtwatches.com/the-know. Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Ryan Haywood.
The world's got a fever, and the only prescription is more bell sprouts. You like that? Yeah, we went there.
We're going to talk about Pokemon.
We're going to talk about Pokemon.
All right.
Yeah, people are officially obsessed with Pokemon Go, unless you're Ryan. And you might be surprised at just how successful the game's launch has been so far, or maybe not, if you've seen all the people walking out and about like this.
Yeah. We've got some crazy numbers in about Pokemon Go's launch, as well as info about some new features coming to the game, including trading, which I'm pretty sure was one of the features they were supposed to launch with.
You sore about that?
I don't really care, but I just like to poke the bear.
But first, the data. In addition to topping the charts in the territories where it's been released, bringing people together in huge numbers, causing trainers to drive dangerously, and, of course, being used by muggers to target victims, Pokemon Go may already be bigger than Tinder.
It's official. People want to catch Psyducks more than they want to hook up with strangers, which I think quantifiably cannot be true. I think maybe they could combine the two if they like.
Hook up with strange Psyducks?
Well, you get some Psyduck on the strange. I don't want to know what you get from it, but yeah, I mean, just because, look, it's, Tinder, I don't know, whatever.
It's already probably happened somewhere. These crazy stats about Pokemon being bigger than Tinder come from data provided by SimilarWeb, which shows that Niantic's augmented reality game was installed on more than 5% of all Android devices in the US within 2 days of its release, and that number has only climbed over the weekend.
In Tinder, in comparison, is installed on just over 2% of all Android devices over the past 5 years.
So what we're saying is people on Android aren't trying to get busy. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay, that might be, maybe us Android users are above your primitive human needs. Pokemon Go beat that number in just 2 days. Can't underscore enough that that's a little ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy, but it's crazy awesome.
It doesn't sound like much though. I mean, 5%, 2%, that sounds like a tiny number, but it's actually a lot.
When you consider how many Android devices there are in the US, that's a big number. And the app isn't just throwing Pokeballs at Tinder, Twitter is actually next. According to the data, 60% of those who downloaded Pokemon Go on Android are daily active users, so that means close to 3% of all Android device owners are using Pokemon Go pretty much constantly.
60% of the 5%.
Look, 60% of the time, it works every time.
Right. Meanwhile, Twitter's daily active user rate is about 3.5% of all Android devices. So, at its current rate of growth, Pokemon Go is going to surpass Twitter within the next day or so.
Go. The fact is that this data is only Android. It might make it seem a little bit less significant, but keep in mind that Android makes up 58% of the US mobile phone market, which is where all this data is coming from. So, in that ecosystem, pretty big deal.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see the numbers from Windows Phone. Sure, there's bound to be some debate over whether or not Twitter and Tinder users are more prolific on Android or iOS, but either way, that's a whole lot of people playing Pokemon.
The numbers are a little bit fuzzier with iOS, but indications, at least, are that Go's success is fairly consistent across that platform as well. The game's currently at the top of the free-to-play apps in the App Store, and despite being free, it's so far killing it in terms of revenue.
In addition to being on top free-to-play game, it's also top grossing app on the App Store.
Which you can apparently do both.
We have a slight idea of the amount of change it's pulling down in microtransactions so far, thanks to a couple sources.
According to analysts at Morgan Stanley, it may have made as much as $4.9 million on the day of its launch alone. And Think Gaming estimates that over the weekend, it was bringing in $1.6 million per day in revenue. That, by the way, makes it a bigger earner than games like Candy Crush, Game of War, and Clash of Clans already. And those are the upper echelon of mobile microtransaction earners.
I can't wait till they try to trademark the word Go. But again, those are just very early estimates. Given how the app is skyrocketing in popularity, those numbers could be even higher by this point. Some experts anticipate that it could start making close to $100 million per month if things hold the way they are now. Or maybe even better.
The big question is whether or not Nintendo and the Pokemon Company will be able to sustain these numbers over time and keep it from becoming a fad that everyone plays for a week and then completely forgets about.
I mean, I already caught them all, so
You haven't caught shit.
I mean, I haven't, but you know there's somebody that has.
I'm on my way.
However, it seems like they're already thinking ahead and have some future content and updates planned for the game.
Gotta keep you playing. According to an interview with Business Insider, Niantic CEO John Hanke says that trading is coming to Pokemon Go and that it's considered by the team to be a core feature of the game. Although, if it was core, you'd think it would have launched with it, but whatever. Once it hits, it'll apparently encourage players to trade virtually and in the real world.
No, we don't want to interact in real person-to-person
Man,
space.
you
That's
didn't
not
even
okay.
you didn't even see us walking around a park in the middle of the night with a whole bunch of other
I've seen
Pokemon Go fans
pictures.
being like, "There's a Charmander over there." I made so many friends. I don't know their names, but they're friends now, as long as they join Team Instinct.
He also indicated that gyms and Pokestops would be given more attention, giving players more ways to interact with them. Right now, many of the game's functions are just operating at a very basic level, with plenty more coming along the way.
Yeah, well, given how much trouble their servers had handling the basics, I think it's maybe better that they're stair-stepping it. In reality, it seems that Go was a bare bones launch, which we're all having a lot of fun with anyway, and they're gonna evolve it. Yeah, over time, which means more money. You like that one? You're proud of that one, right? You didn't like the first one, but now you're on board.
I don't even play the game and I got the reference still, and that makes me sad. Interestingly enough, how Nintendo's making money with Go is almost as interesting as the amount of money they're actually making. Typically, most free-to-play games are designed around whales, the biggest spenders, who basically keep free-to-play games afloat.
However, analysts are finding out that Pokemon Go so far is having different results. According to Macquarie Securities, purchases so far, just in Australia at least, are not being driven by big spenders, but by a large number of users who are all spending smaller amounts.
That's basically exactly what Nintendo was hoping for when it got into the mobile arena. Games with huge mass market appeal that everybody wants to spend just a little bit of money on. That model is pretty much the holy grail for any free-to-play developer.
It's not bad at all, considering that it cost maybe $30 million to develop, and all that extra cheddar the game is making has been a huge boon to Nintendo's stock. Since the game's launch, Nintendo's share price has skyrocketed as much as 33%.
The bump in share price is the biggest spike the company's stock has seen since 1983.
So even the Wii didn't do it that much.
And because of that bump, the company's market valuation jumped an additional $7.5 billion today.
Yeah, that'll do, pig. So all of you wandering around in dark corners in your city trying to find the tentacles or whatever, you guys are the real heroes. You made Nintendo's company worth $7.5 billion more in less than a week.
I'm disappointed in you.
No, you're proud.
We are officially in the middle of Pokemon fever, and Nintendo is no stranger to this kind of success. If you'll remember, the company's valuation did some similar gymnastics back with the Wii.
Not
but
quite as
big.
impressive, though.
Yeah.
Thanks to Wii Sports, Nintendo's marketing valuation tripled in the year that it launched the Wii U, but that did level out over time once people kind of got over the Wii fad, so maybe don't get your hopes up too much about Pokemon Go's long-term success just yet. Still gotta see.
Really, we haven't seen this kind of rapid critical mass of a gaming phenomenon since Wii Sports hit shelves and stores. Sure, we've had things like Minecraft or Candy Crush that all got enormous over time, but Pokemon Go has already gotten enormous in just one weekend. And many people didn't even know about the game until just about a week ago.
While there's no telling if this mania is short-lived or not, all signs currently point to Nintendo using this as a launching point to explore even more of the mobile space. They've already got 4 more mobile games planned through next March.
They've also said they plan on diversifying their income streams and using more of their intellectual property in different ways.
This is a pretty different way.
And this is, certainly a step that direction. If anybody's got the content, it's probably Nintendo.
And it's true. They've got some icons, man. People know who Mario is. And who knows, with the rumors that the Nintendo NX is going to have more of a smartphone or mobile emphasis, maybe this is, put on your tinfoil hats and everything, but who knows? Maybe Pokemon Go is just the starter in Nintendo's arsenal. Did you get the starter part?
No, I actually didn't.
did.
I missed that one. I was
You
happier for it,
did.
and then you rubbed it in my nose. What do you guys think of Pokemon Go's insane success already? Are you excited about trading getting added to the game finally? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your future Pokemon Go updates and joining Team Instinct and taking over the world, like this video and subscribe to the Now.
Team who?
Team Instinct, it's the yellow team. It's the best team.
Is that actually their name?
Yeah, Team Instinct. Thanks to Movement Watches for sponsoring this update.
Movement watches are made with versatility in mind because you don't want to, buy a new watch for every different occasion.
No, this way you just have one watch for all occasions. You're wearing brown shoes, you switch out the metal band for a brown leather band. Bam, it's practically a new watch.
I got the gunmetal with the brown leather strap.
And it's got Chrono stuff.
Yeah.
I ended up just getting a really basic ladylike one. This is my first adult watch. It's like black face. I went with rose gold. I never go with rose gold. I'm so happy. It's awesome. If you want one of your own, get 50% off your entire purchase when you go to MVM mtwatches.com/the know.